Hi, and congratulations on completing week 6, Themes in the Historical Books. And I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I'm back in Antigua after spending time with my daughter and one of my old friends and my son-in-law, where we had a great time. But it's good to be back to work, and I appreciate all your efforts in budgeting time this week between friends, family, and schoolwork. So this week we were to defend a position on the use of biblical themes in the interpretation of individual texts, to apply one's position on the use of biblical themes in interpretation, especially in Ruth, and to evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of theological interpretation of Scripture. Now, I thought the assignments this week were actually very good. Folks put a lot of time and effort into them. As in prior assignments, two of the things that I'm constantly looking for are academic support and biblical support. And if there was a weakness or if there were points deducted, likely it came from those two areas because I think everything else was excellent. Now, in assignment 6.1, you could have done a paper or PowerPoint, and most people did the paper, which is great. However, those that did PowerPoint, most were simply outstanding. People put a lot of time and effort into their graphics and thoughts, and I really appreciated that. But I was still looking for comments down in the notes section, which is always important. It's really a kind of a weakness of my PowerPoint, is that if you notice, 90% of what I say is on the screen, and only 10%, maybe a little more, is off screen. And it really should be a balance of 50-50, where 50% of what you say is on your PowerPoint slide, and 50% of what you intend to say or communicate should be in the notes section below the screen that you're seeing here. And for those who were more 90-10, I did deduct a little bit. If you did not use good graphics to convey your message, I deducted a little bit. And then on the paper, I really was trying to hone in on your discussion of David, and what you see, here is that Old Testament piece. I wanted to see folks really look at the theme through the historical books, but begin in Genesis and move all the way forward as it relates to King David. The second half of the paper was supposed to talk about your methodology. I didn't grade that part quite as harshly as I did the first part, but I think people did a pretty good job. Then we had a discussion post. There are many themes in the historical books, and you were to select one that you thought was the most important, and then what would you say is the most important or central theme, which is what I just said, and then finally, how does that impact the interpretation of Ruth? On this one, if folks gave me 5 themes and 1 sentence about each, and then moved to Ruth, I've marked off a little bit because I wanted you to really dive in on one theme, show me some biblical support for why that theme was important, show me some academic support on how others think that theme is important, which you could go to your textbook, and then finally using Ruth, both biblically and academically, how is that supported? So the key to this was really first picking a theme, second supporting your theme, and then third moving into Ruth and giving me some real specifics. So we're now into week 7. We're wrapping up the course. Don't forget to do your course evaluations. They are so critical. As always, email or call me with any questions. And I've really enjoyed this semester. I hope you feel like you've gained over our weeks together, and now we're moving into that final last week or so together. So enjoy the week. I'll talk to you soon.